Hi there. I'm gonna record I guess a special. Oh, please, before I get started, ignore the inflatable crab paddling pool at the back of the room. We bought it. Tiernan isn't really into it yet. He kind of cries pretty much whenever he gets near it. Um, so this is what I was going to speak about, but whatever. Um, and I think the first time I put it out, I didn't put it out in the sun, so I think fair enough the water was Baltic, freezing, and I did leave it out the next few days, but he still wasn't that taken with it. And then I was like, oh, this isn't really. And I was emptying it every night, and then I was filling it up again, and then I was like, well, that's not really good use of water, just drinking water. So I left it out one night, and I came back, and I like, oh, the next day, it like stank of wee, and I wasn't sure if it was his wee. It wasn't my wee. His wee, a cat's wee, a fox's wee. So I had to empty it, and it was like stinking. Like the whole patio started stinking because it's like evaporating. But anyway, so I do empty now. But today it's nice-ish, but it's not quite warm enough for the paddling pool, I think. Anyway, so welcome to the Daddy Diaries. If this is your first time, yeah, it's really just a way for me and my partner Andrew to document our experience of looking after and adopting a wee boy called Tiernan, who's actually Andrew's nephew. Um, we haven't really talked about how he came to need looking after, but basically his birth parents weren't really in a position to look after him, and we were. We weren't necessarily looking to adopt, but we were able to, and it's been brilliant. But it's also been really quite challenging and hard. Um, but if you're interested in that kind of complete journey, you can check out my YouTube channel, which is my name, Nassif Huda. Or I think if you do a playlist search for the Daddy Diaries, it should come up. Or if you just search for the Daddy Diaries, some of the episodes should come up. And you can start from episode 1 if that's your thing. Otherwise, they're all of them are there on YouTube, and the latest ones are here on IGTV. Um, Sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's Andrew, sometimes we have guests, although given it's lockdown at the moment, we haven't had any guests for a while. So it's just you're stuck with me and Andrew, okay? But today I thought I would talk a bit about mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Week. If some of you have been following me, you might have seen that I've posted a few things in my story about diversity, and particularly in the gay community, the LGBTQ community, I guess more widely, and how it's actually, I'm relatively new to Instagram, and it's it, when you kind of search, you kind of can go to the search function, like all that was coming up were like these, like, admittedly very hot guys, but washboard stomachs, lots of beards, like lots of white guys, like no diversity, like no older guys, unless they were like really worked out, like daddies with it on from the gay point of view. Um, no black guys, no skinny guys, no gender queer guys, no women, no hairy guys, again, unless they're like really worked out, and no dad bod. It was just like so straight. It was like weird. And it's all about like marketing and making people feel bad about themselves and about their bodies, and wanting to have something that's actually kind of really hard work. And there's nothing behind like how much work it takes to achieve those kind of physiques, and how, if you're actually doing that, you're probably not doing other things. But we don't value those other things because those aren't visible. If you're kind of maybe reading a book, or if you're looking after your child, or you're cooking a really nice meal, or you're going to the theatre, or you're doing a bit of gardening, or whatever it might be, or you're calling your mum, you can't actually, that doesn't actually show on the outside of your body. Whereas, if you go to the gym for like 4 hours a day, then of course it does. And it's like, well, actually, I don't really. If you kind of think about the sacrifices you have to make, you kind of think, well, actually, I'm not actually prepared to do that. And maybe your body's not designed to do that. So I was just thinking about how in lockdown people are maybe put on a bit more weight than they hoped because they're maybe not as active as they used to be. They're maybe not commuting as much as they did, and maybe their commute was quite active, whether it was cycling or walking, or even in London, if you commute by train or tube, you always have a lot of walking there and back. And in the office you'd be walking about, but maybe you're working from home, or you've been furloughed, or whatever it might be. So, and we're doing a bit of comfort eating. We're maybe not being as healthy as we would like. So some of us have put on a bit of weight, and we're made to feel bad about our bodies, and I just think that's not really very healthy. Because I think, well, I'm 46. And I think actually, what? My body has changed. I'm not as skinny as I was. I've got a bit more fat in my body, but that's kind of normal for someone my age. I'm quite healthy. I'm quite fit. I eat well. I do a bit of yoga. I do a bit of walking, do a bit of running, but I'm not crazy. But I don't have that kind of body. So it's like, well, it's quite easy to then feel bad about yourself. But actually, I'm just a bit like, F it. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually very happy with how my body looks. I took a picture of, and I actually challenged you to do this. I was going to make this a challenge, but I thought actually, A, I don't have enough followers, and B, I don't want to force people to do something they're not comfortable. Not that I can force anyone to do anything, but I got Andrew to take a picture of me with my top off, and actually, it's maybe a nice exercise for you to do, to think about, well, what do I think that photograph's going to look like, and then get someone to take a photograph, and I bet you'll look a lot better in the photograph than you thought you were going to look. I thought, I'd be muffin topping all over the place, and it'd be really gross, but actually I thought I looked all right. I thought I looked fine. Bit of definition there, bit of fat, but actually, not too bad considering my age and stage, and the fact I've got a kid and it's really busy, and so I just think that body dysmorphia is actually a real thing, where you kind of, if you were to draw yourself, then you got someone else to draw you, or your loved one to draw you, there'd be two completely different pictures. What you would focus on, what they would focus on. So maybe challenge yourself, maybe take a picture of yourself, without your top on or something, and then just try and really be kind to yourself, because I think that's the theme. Is like kindness. That's not just towards other people; it's also to yourself. To be compassionate to yourself. I think one of the expressions that I really love is like making peace with your body. Like, make peace with your body. Don't be aggressive towards your body. So much of what we see on social media is about, get abs within six weeks or 6 days. Work it out, and just being really aggressive with your body. Like beating it up, CrossFit. Hit this, that, and the next thing. But actually, how long can you sustain that? And is that actually really good for you? Maybe being gentle with your body, doing relaxation, doing meditation, accepting your body for what it is and what it can do, and trying to, obviously try and make it the best it can be within reason. Anyway, I'm waffling a little bit, but my main point is, be kind to yourself, be compassionate towards yourself, make peace with your body. If things don't fit, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. When things kind of get a bit more back to normal, you'll probably lose the weight, or you might not. Both are okay. So yeah, be really kind to yourself. And the other thing I wanted to talk about very briefly is diversity. And it's really important that, I think, I started putting interracial gay into some of my posts on Instagram, because I felt like, actually, in terms of like gay dads, there's not a lot of representation from alternative families. We're alternative in one way, gay, but then there's not a lot of diversity there either. So I think, actually, what's important for me is actually that me and Andrew aren't recognised as an interracial gay couple, but actually we're just a gay couple, or actually we're just a couple. We're just a family. We're not necessarily a gay family. We're just actually a family. And I think until we're not there yet, obviously, but I think it's really important that we strive to get there. Um, so I think that's really important to bear in mind when you're kind of creating your brand or whatever, which is what we're all doing in Instagram one way or another, whether we like it or not. We're creating a brand, and just be kind of conscious of that brand and the brand that you're making and how inclusive it is. Um, does it celebrate everything? Different types of bodies, different types of people, different sexualities, different kinds of families. I just think that's really important. So yeah, look after yourself, take care of yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Celebrate your body. Body positivity is what it's all about. And make peace. Make peace with your body. That's the most important message. Okay. I guess that's not really about being a daddy, but then I thought, well, actually, it is, because what kind of world I want my son to grow up in? I want him to grow up in a world where, it's okay for him to be whoever he wants and look however he wants. As long as he's healthy, taking care of himself, then that's fine. Doesn't he have to have a huge chest and enormous pecs, and kind of washboard stomach to be valued? So that's it. Okay, take care. I think the next one will be a bit more normal. We've actually got to fill in a form because we're going to be doing a private adoption, which is maybe what we can talk about next time because of various reasons, which is we can't really go into right now because it's already 12 minutes. But yeah, we can maybe talk about that next time. But anyway, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hopefully see you next time. Post any comments or any questions. Always happy to answer them. Or likes. Always happy to receive them, people. Okay, love you. Moshi moshi.